Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias, and welcome back to Forever Stranded Lost Souls. In the last episode, we were working on just doing some random quests and whatnot. We got a couple of things from Better with Mods, and that's about all we did. As you can see down here, I've done a little bit more work. We also upgraded our pick, by the way. But I've done a little bit more work, just kind of filling out the base, getting things ready for, development down here and whatnot. And I've been very busy at work getting a ton of metals. We have so much metal now, plus redstone and a lot of skystone dust that we can't really use for anything, as far as I'm aware. And I got some clay and all sorts of stuff. I've also been collecting water, which, by the way, we can actually store in these barrels, so that's nice to know. Let's see. As you can tell by my levels, if you noticed, I did actually die. There was an Enderman in my base, and I thought I could take him on. I ended up taking him on and killing him, but I died for it. So our levels reset, which means we get to put a bunch of things into skills. Now, our mining is high enough that we can go grab quartz now. And that is a good thing, because that's going to be a lot of really easy levels. But before we get to that, I want to see, that is 26 mining. That's pretty high. So we're gonna kind of wait on that. And I think what we're going to work on is attack and defense, because I want to get better weapons. I want to be able to use like the stone rapier, and then what we can do with that is we can get the various we can get manual in basically, and that should make things nice and easy. So this requires 13 defense, 17 attack. So let's get, I don't know, 2 levels in attack, 2 levels in defense, and that's all of our levels gone. So it's gonna be a little bit before we can do much with that. Some of the armor also is going to be a little bit better once we can start getting, once we can get the various like skills required and whatnot. But today what we're going to work on mostly is getting more stuff. Before we do anything though, I want to go ahead and mine out some quartz. So this is going to give us a ton of levels, and it's going to be good. Quartz is one of the best sources of levels in the game, and we're definitely going to mine a lot of it up. Now here is a question: if we turn this into blocks, can we turn the blocks back? That is creepy. Can we turn the blocks back easily? What? Yes, we can. Cool. So that makes storage a little bit easier. We're not going to be able to get any sort of high quality storage systems anytime soon, so there's that. But anyways, let's get into, oh hey, ingots. Let's get into today's episode. So what are we going to be doing? Well, we're going to be focusing on a couple of different things. One, we're going to be trying to get some more quests done, for one. By the way, our windmill outside actually stopped working for a while. Turns out there was some vines that grew, and that's not a good thing. Vines growing does kind of prevent the windmill from spinning, so it's something to keep in mind. Anyway, let's break the millstone for a second. We're going to put our turntable on here. And I've never actually worked with the turntable, but we put that on there. Supposedly, we can just take a piece of clay, put it on there, and this is not quite how I expected it. But it did give us the clay back, so that's not a big deal. So let's... What are these? I wish I knew what the things did. Alright, let's put this back. And once it turns into a crucible, we're going to break it. And that's what we needed. Cool. So we have an unfired crucible. The turntable is definitely something we're going to want at like ground level. But for right now, we really can't have it up there. We just don't have enough of these gearboxes and whatnot. We can actually turn that off. We don't need that on right now. There's some stuff outside, but I can't see what they are. Huh. Might be down that hole. Anyways, so the Unfired Crucible, we have that now, and that is a quest. So let's take a look at it. We're going to get a loot chest. Let's go ahead and claim that. So this thing can be turned into the Stoke Crucible. We also need to get a planter and a base. Let's go ahead and get both of those. We have all the stuff. Might as well. And be done with the turntable for the time being. There is some other uses for the turntable. Oops. But they're not what I really care about right now. So we'll put that on there. Flip that. So we want the planter next, and then the what's the thing called? The vase, which I don't know how like useful these are going to be, but whatever. So let's just get them and call it a day. That is the pickaxe. Cool. So we have all of them. One, let's see, 2 and 3. Yeah, we're probably missing a piece of clay, but whatever. They don't take all that much. Let's really quickly peek outside and see if there's a piece of clay on the ground out there. Probably is. Maybe not. Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what all these quests are about. I don't know that the planter or the vase is really used for much of anything. I've never really messed with them before, so I have no idea. And then there's the urn, which that is actually important, and I bet that is the last stage, isn't it? Unfired urn. Yep. Vase turns into an urn, so we need to do that one more time. I probably should have checked before. Oh, I actually haven't replaced them. Good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and place this. And once this turns into the urn, so we have the crucible, then the planter, then the vase, and then the urn. And that's the one we want. Alright, I guess the clay was up there. Oh well. Let's go ahead and turn those back. Cool. So what do we have? We have... Are we going to get all of that stuff? That is pretty cool. So we got clay, we got redstone latches, which are really useful for making more gearboxes. Which these weren't that bad to make. Creeper oysters, which are really nice to get. Those are kind of required for a lot of things, and we can't get them very easily. So that's nice. And we got some clay and another unfired urn. All pretty good stuff. So the vase, we have that. Let's go ahead and claim that. And the planter, we have that. Let's claim that. Alright, so there's a lot more questing to do. I've never really worked with this type of stuff with better with mods. I did very basic stuff with it when I messed with it before. And we're going to have to make Soulfire steel at some point. And that is not something I'm really looking forward to. Let's see. Redstone latches can go in here. And... Alright, well we have a crucible. We have a lot of materials just kind of laying around. There's a couple of things I'm definitely going to want to have. We're going to want some automation sooner rather than later, but we'll get to that. So let's put the clay away. We shouldn't need that right now. The filtered hopper we'll worry about later. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish completing more quests and see what we can get into. So the crucible, we need to fire that. And in order to do that, we need a stoked kiln. And so to make a kiln, I'm not entirely sure how to do that. We'll have to get the Better with Mods book out, which... do we have? Yes, we do. Alright, so how do we get the kiln? Blocks. Kiln. Kiln is a multi-block structure that is used to smelt or bake blocks with different, created with bricks, hibachis, and a bellows. So we're going to need the hibachis, and that is something I don't really want to get into quite yet. So let's put this away. Oh my gosh, I get stuck in that door way too often. We'll put that in there. So the crucible is really good, but in order to get it, we're going to need the hibachi and the bellows. We're not quite ready for that yet. The bellows requires a ton of leather, and I really don't want to deal with that. So planter, vase, and the urn. We need to fire all of those. That requires the kiln. Oh hey, those can make buckets, I guess. Interesting. So these all require the urn, the kiln. So we're not ready to do that stuff yet. So we'll just go ahead and put this stuff in here. We'll get back to it later. And the hibachi, by the way, is pretty awful to make as well. Like it requires concentrated hellfire, which is just a really annoying thing to do. It can spawn things on you. It's not nice. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna put this away in here. We have a bunch of, let's put the filtered hopper away as well. Like I said, I don't really want to mess with that quite yet. There's some other things we can do. So let's come down here, and I'm just gonna place this. If we want the millstone, we'll just replace them. I need to make more axles and all that kind of fun stuff, but that'll be something for another time. So let's go ahead and open these 4 loot chests. We got a bunch of books, not bad. A bunch of food. Great. We should probably do this up here, because we're going to get a lot of items, aren't we? So we got a bunch of jerky, again. We got a bunch of books. Can we make like a bookshelf or something? Whoops. Didn't mean to click there. Let's see. Bookshelf from Immersive Craft, maybe. I mean, that could be good. Otherwise, no. Yeah, it'd be cool if these stacked, but they don't. Alright, let's grab all of our books. And we'll figure out something to do with these. Making books themselves, like the actual item, is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. So we're going to probably, I don't know. We might need to make another chest and just put that down. These go in here. Do we have another chest? No, but we do have a pin. We can make one pretty easily. So let's get another chest just for enchanted books. And we'll put that right here. Because these quests are giving us too many books. And we don't really have much use for them right now. Eventually we'll probably use some of them, especially I think there's a bunch of sharpness. One of the things we get is sharpness, which is really, really good. And the seed fortune would not be bad. But for the time being, like, we don't really need it. So let's open this one. Experience pylon. I think we've gotten that before. Some drawers and drawer upgrades. Cool. That's actually pretty nice. We're going to put that down. We don't need the upgrade right now, so we're just going to put that away. But if we have anything else that we want to store up, that's going to take... Like, we could do this. And that would be pretty useful, I think. Alright, cool. Also, we have 7 levels. Let's get another... building, defense. Let's do another attack. Alright. So, next up, let's see. We still need to get slime balls. Slime balls are not that difficult to get if we do it the right way. So, slime balls we can get from slime blocks. And there's a bunch of different ways. Basically, any slime equivalent we can use to make slime blocks. Including rice slime balls. So we're going to need some rice dough. So it's 6 rice. So if we take this, we could make a couple, and we also got a book, which is pretty nice. We'll keep the books in there. Oh hey, there's another enchanted book. See, sharpness 4. That is really nice to have. But what we can do is just grab some water and use this to make rice slime balls. And we're gonna need more rice for this, or we're gonna need magma cream. Now, magma cream is something we can get access to. Can't we get this from... we have to pulverize the magma blocks. Dang. How difficult is a pulverizer? 1, can we even place it? Not quite. But, I mean, copper gears aren't bad. I mean, this isn't that bad other than a resonator, which requires grid power. So, we're not quite ready for that. Let's see. We do have some magma cream already. So, let's go ahead and get this into a slime block, and then we can turn that into slime balls. And we just need to do that one more time. So a little bit more rice and we'll be good to go. Let's put that away. Let's go check our rice field, by which I mean the 2 plants we have. They have grown. We've got some seeds. So let's just grow more rice. Why not? Let's pop back down here for a second. And so once we have 12 more, we'll check this back. We'll check back with that in a little bit. But if we can get more, that'd be perfect. So, that is that area. There's not really anything else left to do in here for the time being. So, Tinkers, we could always make Tool Forge. Actually, could we do a Tool Forge? Tool Forging would be really nice. It does not have any requirements. It just requires some seared stone and blocks of iron, which I mean I can part with. So the question is seared stone, and it doesn't matter what kind. We just have to get grout. So grout is porcelain clay. Okay. I guess we could do that. Porcelain clay, we're gonna want like something like this. And then we're going to need sand and gravel. Now I've used up a lot of it, so we're gonna need what, 16? And that means we're going to need some cobblestone crushed into gravel. And that should be pretty easy. So, just get this done. Let's get the grout. And we should be able to make what we want. So we'll see soon enough. Put that away. I've been keeping sticks in there because I go through those hammers so quickly. And while this is like cooking up, which we're going to just do this, let it run, and we'll get the grout. While that is doing that, there is another quest we can do real quick, which takes a little bit of iron. So we just need 2 pieces of iron, and we can make a iron hammer, which is also a quest. So might as well. And that is in Ex Nihilo. We completed that, detect it. So we get the choice of another iron hammer. Ooh, 2 blocks of iron. I can get that. That's not that bad. Let's take the loot chest. Because who knows what it is. I like the randomness. And we got transfer node and transfer pipes. Cool. That's actually not too bad. Alright, so we might have the grout by now. Let's see. We have 1 block, 1.5 blocks. Do we have any more just sitting up here or anything? Let's see. It would be in here. We do. Ow. I stood on the torch. Don't stand on the torch. Alright, we have everything we need. We can get the 3 seared bricks. Head upstairs. And we're going to replace our tool station with a tool forge. Now this will allow us to make better tools. Like, not better in the terms of like detect, submit. You know that I made it. That is really strange. So it will allow us to make better tools in the terms of like some of the advanced tools such as the excavator and the that's really strange. I don't know why that didn't complete. But it's things like the excavator and the hammer, and I mean I could just look and tell you. So there's a bunch of things. The cleaver is an advanced tool. There's a bunch of tools that we can now make that we couldn't make before. So that's really nice. Hey, we can make sledgehammer. That's kind of cool. So I don't know why that quest isn't completing. It's number 116. So let's go ahead and complete 116. There we go. It's completed now. We made it. I mean, I don't feel bad about doing that because I don't know why it didn't detect it. Let's open up the loot chest. We got another loot chest with some mushrooms, tiny torches. Can we do anything with those? I mean, what do these look like? They're just tiny torches. Do they set me on fire? No. So we might use those down below rather than the big torches. Because these get turned into primal core ones, and primal core ones are, well, not nice. So let's just put tiny torches. I don't know if they have the same range. It does not look like they do. What's F3? Looking at tiny torch. Where is light level is 11, 12 versus torches are 14. So yeah, it's slightly less so, but not anything of importance. Alright, let's open the other loot chest. We got some storage upgrades, some major ones. Nice. So that was a good reward. And put a tiny torch on both sides. make it look a little bit nicer. Anyways, food, plants can go in here. I don't know where. What do we want to take instead of the mushroom stew? Let's take the cooked nether wart, because I don't see us ever really using that. Anyways, let's put that away. Those can go in there. Alright, cool. So that didn't unlock anything else. That's fine. Let's see. What else can we do? So we can do the immersive engineering quests, which is the engineer's hammer and the engineer's manual. That's something else I was planning on doing. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and make this. So I want to make a furnace generator. And the reason why is pretty simple. If we make the furnace generator, we can start generating power. And that is going to be pretty important. So what we need is some furnaces. And we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need a furnace. We're going to need machine block. So we're going to need a bunch of iron, some redstone, and yeah, just basically that. So nether furnace surrounded in nether brick gives you the normal furnace. Now that is the only recipe for this. We cannot use stone, which is kind of a bummer. We're going to need a chest. Let's get 2 more. And then the redstone, iron, and that's it. So, let's see, 5, we're going to need 9. And let's just grab a block. So if we make the machine block, we get 4 of these, which is really nice. We can then make a furnace generator. And this guy is going to be placed down below. We're just going to place him down here. I think what we're going to do is put him like right over here. And this is going to be our power area. So how this works is we feed it stuff and it makes power. That's it. So anything that's burnable, coal is probably what we're going to use the most of, just because we can get that pretty easily. And that is going to allow us to start using stuff that require power. And that's a good thing. We're going to want to basically make sure we have power generated just so we can get all sorts of things going sooner rather than later. So that is kind of the predecessor to doing things like immersive engineering or thermal expansion or industrial foregoing, which we're going to need to do relatively soon. So let's go ahead and make the engineer stuff. The hammer was for something else, the iron hammer. So the engineers, we're going to need the hammer. That's going to be 2 more iron and hemp fibers. So we're going to need the millstone and a piece of hemp. By the way, I have like 12 diamonds, which is pretty nice. Not going to lie. I've been getting pretty lucky on the diamonds, so we're going to need 2 iron. Alright, and I don't know what is causing all this lag, but I don't like it. Let's go ahead and grab that and put it in our inventory so I don't forget about it. And let's switch these guys out. Let's get him in there. Start processing. And I'm going to just put the turntable down. The turntable can do some really cool things. There's going to be something later that requires multiple redstone signals. And... oh, right. I was standing in the... whoops. I was standing in the torch. So hemp fiber, 2 iron, and 2 sticks gives us the engineer's hammer. So that is definitely important. That will allow us to do things, and we got the engineer's manual already. How? Did we already have it? I don't see it. Huh. So I think that might have glitched out a little bit, but oh well. We're still gonna make the engineer's manual. We're gonna need a book, which is a little bit of annoyance, but it's just some paper. Oh, we're gonna want a paper tree. We are definitely gonna want a paper tree. Let's see, any other ways? Nope. It takes 2.5. That was 3 minutes, wasn't it? It's 250, wasn't it? To make paper. Ugh. Do we have any books? Probably not. That's empty and that one's empty. Well, that's annoying. So, in order to make books, we're going to need sugarcane for one, which we don't even have. How can we grow sugarcane? We can get it from wicker, but sugarcane is wicker. So yeah, we cannot get sugarcane. We cannot get paper for the time being. So paper bark trees would be nice, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon. We need a carpenter to get into that, and that's just a bunch of bronze. That is something we definitely could do, and that's wood pulp. So we take a carpenter, we can get wood pulp pretty easily. So that might be something we want to do relatively soon. I will go ahead and complete this quest because it gave us the engineer's manual for whatever reason. And then that is going to get us into the coke oven, which I'm a little bit scared to see what the recipe for that is, but let's go ahead and see. Coke oven. I guess it's coke bricks. I always forget that. Coke bricks. That is the standard recipe. And I can make it. Cool. So that's something we'll look into soon. We'll want to get coke bricks up and running so that we can get steel and all that fun stuff. Now, we got to remember where we're like going in all of this. One of the big things that we need to get is the portal home, and for that we need the overall portal and the pedestal. Nether pedestals. There are a bunch of these. Those just require diamonds. That's easy. Some of the other things that it requires is difficult. And then overworld portal. That requires a beacon and emeralds and red nether bricks. Red nether bricks are easy enough. But the beacon, we need ender casings. It's a lot of diamonds. And a lot of ender pearls. That is pretty awful. What is this? Ender dust. Tiny piles. Yeah. That's going to be a while before we can get to that. And then the other thing we're going to need for it is oil. And to get oil... What was it that we needed? Crude oil. So crude oil... To get this stuff, we need to crucible bitumen, which we can get from compressed soul sand. Well, soul sand in general. Okay, that's not awful. So there's a lot of bad things, but a lot of not so bad things for now. We get some more lamps. Cool. So I think that is going to be it for today. Let's go real quick, check our... rice, see if we can't get the slime balls done. They're not grown, so I will keep an eye on that, and in time we will come back and get that finished up. Should be pretty easy. But yeah, so that is going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I need to figure out what it is I'm going to do for the next couple of episodes. We've got some stuff to work towards, and I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what. There is something like Oh, there's a little sprite here. Or cinder ember. Cool. So we definitely need to get more levels and all that kind of fun stuff, but I don't know what to do, so we'll figure it out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!